You don't just pay $5, get 5 numbers, and hope then your number is pulled. That's not the way this works. That's not how you become your best. Because truly, even if you were to win that type of lotto, if that type of lotto was available, then you will be the same you with gains. And that just means that you don't know how to use your gains. The process, the fiery trial, is what teaches you how to use your gains.
This is what I find important for me.
So all of us have some kind of story about who we are. As much as it starts with you, remember it starts with me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of It Starts With Me. And this year, we've been doing something a little bit different. So we really, truly hope that you all enjoy the differences that the team and I have put together for you on this new year. This is all a journey. It's a journey. And honestly, it's a journey of faith. I know we've been there. We've been here for quite some time, I should say. I know that you all that have been listening have been, have had an opportunity to hear me discuss my faith, and to hear me discuss, where it is that I am in life, and all of these other people that have come in onto the show to share their experiences. And with all of that being said, it always is going to come down to this one rudimentary thing. And that is that no matter what you are doing inside of your life, it's going to start with you, just like it starts with me. That's the reason behind the name of the episode or the name of the show, is because at the truth of it all, it does. It starts with me, with inside of me, with that side of my mind. And the only way that I'm able to get to where I desire to be at, or to get where I am, or have gotten to where I am, is because I realize that I truly have to be a part of my journey. So you've heard the last episode where it talked about your journey and about emptying yourself, being on this journey, being prepared and ready to be filled with those things that are coming to you, those things that are going to be making you stronger, and preparing yourself for them. Unpack your baggage in order for you to have room to receive what it is that you need to be able to take that next step, and to be able to fly, if you would, to be able to fly or to soar, And so today I want to talk about being your best, what it is to be your best, and how you can become your best. There's so many different programs out there that they're all geared to achieving the best you. And that's a really big thing going on right now. And I don't know, maybe all of the world, but at least in North America, becoming the best version of yourself is the cereal that's being sold on the shelves. That is the soda pop that's being sold inside of the can. It's how do I become the best version of me? And everybody's got their different mythology, and they want you to buy it. They want you to purchase it, And the thing is like, well, maybe that's good. Maybe that's good. Maybe it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing for anybody who desires to be their best. But what exactly does that mean? To be your best is to be the most excellent version, right? It means to be effective. It means to have this desirable quality. It means that you are operating at your highest degree. That's what it means to be your best. When I think about my children, and I start to think, look at that one right there. They're operating at their best. And me as a father, then I'm a little biased. I'm sure I am. But I'm still looking for certain qualities that say my child is working at their highest capacity. That means that they are doing their best. What about me? How many of us can look at ourselves and say, I'm working at my highest capacity? When I think about it, there's a certain scripture in the book of Ephesians, the 4th chapter, and the 1st verse, and it talks about walking worthy of the vocation wherein you've been called. And it's like, okay, well, how do I do that? What kind of vocation, or what kind of job, or what kind of work am I working? Sometimes it's not the job that you go to, that is your calling. I think about my wife, and when I think about her, there was an incident that just came up recently, and there was a young lady who needed some help with studies. And so my wife's like, hey, I'll help you. Now, this young lady was a friend of the family, right? She's a friend of my daughter's, and they were just all huddled together. And she said, I'll help you. So she began to help her, and she was helping her. And every week, every so often, I would notice my wife would leave out of the house and she would go and help this individual. Then there came one day when the time that she was going to be with her, it didn't work because my wife and I had another engagement, and that engagement went way over time. And so now it's late. And they called up and she was like, listen, I'm so sorry. I'm on my way. If you still want my help, I'm coming. And they're like, please just come over. When she gets to the residence, and now it's late at night, but she's going because she's going to help out, then the family, when my wife gets there, the family's like, hey, we're so glad to see you. What do you want to eat? I know you had a hard day. What do you want to eat? Anything you want, I'm going to make it for you. And my wife's like, no, I'm fine. I just want to make sure, that she's okay. That's all. And so she does the studies, she helps out and all those things, and they give her a card. And she comes home. When I get home, I see the card sitting there, and she opens up the card, and the card is like, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so thankful for you, and all these things. And then dropped out of it money, and lots of it, just lots of it. And I was just like, baby, you deserve that. And it's like, what is it to operate at your highest quality? What is it to be your best? To be your best is to be at your most excellent level. You're effective. You're achieving a desirable quality of life. You're at your highest degree. And not only that, but you don't have to tell people that you're that good, because people recognize what you have done. The impact of you begins to go out into the world, because you're now walking worthy of the vocation that you're walking worthy of your calling. When you walk worthy of your calling, you are fit for the reward that you receive. You're fit for it. So sometimes we're looking to be that person that ran the mile and got the medal, but we didn't do any of the work. So what makes us worthy of getting the actual reward? Why do we get the trophy if we didn't do anything? We didn't work anything. We didn't give anything. We didn't commit any sacrifice. We didn't wake up early in the morning. We didn't stay up late at night. We didn't press our way into the books. We didn't throw our face into our studies. We didn't do anything. We just showed up and we arrived, and we hoped that natural talent would just take over. That is not the best. Natural talent is not the best. You have to work your vocation in order to be your best. It took all that time to empty yourself out, but you got to work this thing. And what ends up happening while you are working this thing is you're going to be tried. Peter would say this, and it's in the first chapter of Peter, the first book of Peter, the 4th chapter, the 12th verse. He said that you should not be fearful of that fiery trial. That is the process. There's a whole lot of discussion about the process, and I agree with it. You got to trust the process, but you need to know what that means. What that means is that while you are becoming your best, you are going to be tried day in, day out. It is not going to be easy. So anyone who promised you, oh, it's a piece of cake, they are lying to you. In order for you to be the best at a business, the best husband, the best father, the best whatever, in order for you to be that, you got to work it out. You have to do the things that you don't want to do, and you got to do it more frequently, and you have to do it with higher repetition and with higher integrity and with higher focus. You have to zone in to what it is that you're attempting to accomplish. And when you don't know how to do something, you have to take the time to study to show yourself approved. You got to take that time. You got to put in the work. If you're not putting in the work, you're not going to get the results. Because the bottom line is that no work, no results. This is not the lotto. Becoming the best is not the lotto. You don't just pay $5, get 5 numbers, and hope then your number is pulled. That's not the way this works. That's not how you become your best. Because truly, even if you were to win that type of lotto, if that type of lotto was available, then you will be the same you with gains. And that just means that you don't know how to use your gains. The process, the fiery trial, is what teaches you how to use your gains. You're not worthy of the gains if you don't go through the process. So the fiery trial, the troubles, the woes, the aches, the O's, all of that stuff is in the fiery trial. And you need that in order to be your best. This is the time when your impurities are being burned out of you. It's just like when you go to the gym. You go to the gym and you get on that treadmill, or you do some type of aerobic or anaerobic exercise, and you begin to sweat. And the lipids, the fat cells, the molecules begin to escape out of your body through the sweat that you are producing. And it's at that very moment that you are actually losing weight. It's also at that very moment that when you begin to stretch those muscles and take them to the point of fatigue, that you are starting to build or to bring down your muscles in order to build them during a rest period. This is a phenomenon of the body, but think about this in the course of becoming the best. It's when you are working your hardest at what you are focused on, that you are going through the struggle, that you will begin to take away the impurities of who you were. And then you are stretching yourself to become somebody different. And in moments of meditation and moments of quietness, you're going to start to rebuild yourself. And the gains of all the work that you're doing, they're going to start to become fruitful. They're going to start to grow. Let me share this with you. The singleness that you have to possess inside of your heart, it must be so pure, because the singleness of your focus is necessary. Jesus declared, it was in Matthew, the 6th chapter, 22nd verse, and he talked about this, the singleness of heart, the singleness of your focus. And so many of us, we have 1 mind, 2 mind, 3 mind, 4 mind, but you have to stay at 1 mind. You have to stay focused and just move forward. You can't have a double mind. A double mind, James talked about it, 1E, a double mind. A double mind, that type of man is unstable at all the things that he does. Everything, he's unstable. Everything, he's questioning himself. And that is part of this process. It's like we talked about it before. You're in the dark. You're in the darkness because of your singleness of mind, because of your focus on your journey, because you desire to become your best. And now what that means is you are operating in a place that you've never operated at before. You don't know the pathway that you're on. You don't understand how exactly did you get here and how exactly you're going to get where you desire to be. But you know that you must continue to pursue. Why? Because you can do all things. You can do anything that you put your heart to, including be the best version of you. But you have to want to do that. You have to want to take that step, and then you must take that step. You must empty yourself and you must become a new creature. And it all starts with me. It all starts with you. It all starts with this side of yourself, nobody else. So wherever you are, whatever you desire to do, whatever you desire to be, remember that as much as it starts with you, it starts with me. You must do the work. I hope that you be blessed and that you'll enjoy this show, this little short piece that I'm bringing to you. You know, it's all about how to be your best. And I pray that you become the best version of yourself. Take care. God bless.